Greetings, programs. This is Wretch. Welcome back to Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishments. And now we need to decide who exactly is the murderer of Sir Rodney, guys. Now, I've been thinking about this a lot. I've been running all the evidence in my head, and I really think that the option that we came up with Blinkhorn being the murderer, is the right one to go with. Now, I'm going to go ahead and keep the ice knife as the method, because that explains the water in the blood, why there was no findable murder weapon. The silver weapon could be explained by just having a charm that needed to be thrown away. Now, having that charm and avoiding the evil eye, that would actually point to Garo and his mushroom-addled craziness. But I don't think that he had the wherewithal to go ahead and do this. Not to mention that he had blood on him when we found the body in the first place. It's just a little too obvious. Now, Pitkin was a prick, but he didn't really have the archaeological knowledge to do the kind of stuff that the murderer would do, including going into the ruins and trying to find the golden knife. Now, if you're looking for someone who really wanted the golden knife and had the tools and the talent to find it, that would be Blinkhorn. So I think that that's the big thing that makes me think that he is the murderer, and we're going to go ahead and confirm this. Now, in terms of condemning and absolving Blinkhorn, yeah, pretty much that Bencliffe was going to discredit him, or at least push him into the background. And that sucks, but I don't think that's reason enough to kill a man. So I think we're going to go ahead and condemn him, because it was cold-blooded murder, in a kind of literally and figuratively. So let's go ahead and condemn. Confirm your moral choice? Sure. And we'll see what happens. Fingers crossed. I guess we're traveling to the arrest site. Or, no, actually, we're going to Scotland Yard, aren't we?
I'm feeling rather uncomfortable. Why have I been put into these cuffs?
I fear that you had better get used to them, Mr. Blinkhorn. They are your reward for the murder of Sir Rodney Bentcliffe.
What? No, that's a lie.
It is regrettable, for you are a talented archaeologist. I will request that you are placed in a prison where you are unable to dig an escape tunnel. That is, of course, if they decide that you shall live. The consulting detective who salutes your intelligence in performing the perfect crime, yes, but also the gentleman who detests your motivation.
You know nothing.
You wish to be the one who would reveal this to the world.
Is that the golden knife? How?
I also like to dig, you see. I only followed your trail. Such a pity that there is always someone willing to steal your credit, wouldn't you say? And there was the chance of a lifetime. You had to take it. It was not to be shared. But now I am here, and there is no one who will stop the tread of justice, Mr. Blinkhorn. Goodbye.
Oh, I hope we made the right call there. Blinkhorn knew of Bencliffe's intention to take all the credit for the discovery of the golden knife. He devised a cunning plan that would not only eliminate his rival, but would award him the fame of discovery. He used a handmade ice maker to create an ice-made reproduction of the golden knife of Mithras, carried it to the steam room in an ice bucket with champagne, and then after the murder, dropped the knife onto the floor, allowing it to dissolve into water. The rope is a fitting punishment. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and go with it. Yes, indeed. We're still considered sympathizing. People solved the case the same way, 75%. With 68 who made the moral choice. Okay, I'll take that. Doesn't make me feel so bad now. Blood and ice and an omnivorous reader. Don't know how to actually pronounce that. Oh, I didn't even read the next case.
No, the game is afoot, not a word. Into your clothes and come.
Well, Holmes has found something, it looks like.
I'll wait for you in the sitting room. I've just received a note from Inspector Lestrade, a letter from the suburbs. He is in need of my presence. Whenever he has asked for my assistance, it has always turned out to be entirely justified. I fancy that every one of his cases has found its way into your collection.
Yes, they all seem worthy of...
However, I regret your fatal habit of looking at everything from the point of view of a story instead of a scientific exercise.
Oh, Holmes, you...
I beg your pardon, I digress. It would be much better to examine this letter than to try to convince you.
Oh, here we go. Now, looks like our lady is still at the window. Even... Did you hear that cat call down there? Alrighty. Toby!
I agree with you, Toby, that Watson's shoe is preferable to Mrs. Hudson.
The letter is on the table, Holmes. You should take a look.
Hey, you interrupted my talk about Toby.
I agree with you, Toby, that Watson's shoe is preferable to Mrs. Hudson's cold cuts.
I like the fact that he has his own little sleep mat.
The letter is on the table, Holmes. You should take a look.
Yes, Watson. Is this the letter in question? Actually, speaking
The letter is on the table, Holmes. You should take a look.
Oh my God, Watson. Hush. There's multiple tables. Before we... let's go ahead just to keep him from talking. (221B) Baker Street, London. Sherlock Holmes. E.B.
A wax seal with the monogram E.B. The Brackenstall family coat of arms.
Hear me roar.
I can tell from Lestrade's handwriting that he was in a hurry when he wrote this letter.
Abbey Grange, Marsham, Kent, 3:30 a.m. My dear Mr. Holmes, I should be very glad of your immediate assistance in what promises to be a most remarkable case. It is something quite in your line. Except for releasing the lady, I will see that everything is kept exactly as I have found it, but I beg you not to lose an instant. It is difficult to leave Sir Eustace here. Yours faithfully, Inspector Lestrade. Or to leave Sir Eustace there.
So, what is it, Holmes?
Promising, as always. It appears to be a case of murder.
So you believe that Sir Eustace is dead?
I should say so. Lestrade wouldn't have sent for me for less. His writing shows considerable agitation, and he is not an emotional man. These people belong to high society. The quality of the writing paper, the E.B. monogram, their coat of arms. The crime was committed before midnight.
Holmes, how can you possibly tell?
Well, it is all thanks to Lestrade. He wrote his letter at 3:30 in the morning. Imagine the chain of events before that. The local police had to be called in. Scotland Yard was notified. Lestrade himself had to make haste there, and finally compose the letter he sent to me. All of that makes for a fair night's work.
It makes sense. Lestrade also speaks of the woman he released.
That seems to indicate that she had been held somewhere during the crime. Much time has been wasted. Let us find a cab and go to Abbey Grange immediately. I live in hope of an interesting morning.
That must be, here in London. Okay. Well, before we do that... Letters. Get to see the aftermath of this. The Times. A colossal scandal in high society. The well-known and remarkable archaeologist, the pride of our nation, Sir Rodney Bentcliffe, has been found murdered. The crime took place at the Roman Baths in Strand Lane, the location of the archaeologist's most recent research. But what is most truly shocking is that the murder of Sir Rodney was at the hand of his former friend and partner, Percival Blinkhorn. The death sentence is the only possible punishment for this breed of villain. Ooh, I don't know if... It makes me actually doubt what we did. Do we have the golden knife? Oh, a silver cast of the Mithras ritual knife. Okay, I was just like, good lord. Where would the knife be? See if we can find it before we head out on our newest case. We got all those swords there. Oh, it would have been nice to have that the knife actually replace the letter opener. That would have been kind of a nice touch. Well, let's go ahead and... I mean, it's raining. We need to put a hat on. So, makeup and beards. Don't need that. Oh, wait, actually, we do. That's where the top hat comes in. There we are. Come on, where's the top hat? There we are. Quite stylish. I just kind of... I really like the top hat wearing Holmes. So, off we go. Now, in terms of... investigate the murder at the Abbey Grange. Or Grange, rather. And we'll see what this is all about. By the way, if the voices are too loud, I think I found a good spot for my editing. The sound settings on my recording software. If it's a little too loud, I'll change it before the next episode. What do we got? Wow.
Ah, Mr. Holmes and Dr. Watson, here you are. I'm very glad that you have come, but perhaps I should not have troubled you after all.
And why is that?
Lady Brackenstall has come to her senses, and she has given so clear an account of the affair that there is not much left for us to do. You remember that Lewisham gang of burglars?
What, the three Randalls?
Exactly. The father and two sons. It's their work. They stole a silver service, which is of great value.
Sir Eustace Brackenstall is dead, then?
Yes. His head was knocked in with his own poker.
A violent act of aggression.
Yes, the poor lady. She has had a most dreadful experience. She was assaulted and tied to a chair. But I think that you had best see her and hear her account of the facts. She's in the morning room with her maid, Teresa Wright.
Where is the body of the deceased?
In the dining room. We haven't touched anything.
All right. I'm going to examine it.
Very good, Watson.
So, she's literally in the morning room now. That must be the gentleman right there.
Baron Lyndon Brackenstall.
Oh, never mind. An ancestor.
Lord Ramsay Brackenstall.
Oh, this is going to be important later, isn't it? It's going to remind me of the picture puzzle in Super Mario RPG and Booster's Tower.
Lord Brigham Brackenstall. Sir Warthen Brackenstall.
Fashionable beard.
Lord George Brackenstall. The Brackenstall family seems rather austere.
Yes, indeed. Okay, we'll talk to Lestrade again a little bit later. Is this where the...
Lady Brackenstall awaits you in the morning room.
And remember, that's morning with a U.
Ladies, allow me to introduce myself.
Oh, wow.
My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm assisting Inspector Lestrade in this investigation.
Mr. Holmes, I am the wife of Sir Eustace Brackenstall. We were married only a year ago.
I am sorry for your loss. Please accept my deepest condolences.
And this ice pack.
I suppose that it is no use my attempting to conceal that our marriage has not been a happy one. I fear that all would tell you that, even if I were to attempt to deny it.
Well, I can glean from this that whoever punched her was right-handed, which I guess is more likely than a left-hander. If a left-hander hit, it would have been a glancing blow and she wouldn't have that really deep set. Well, I don't know. Possibly. But I think right-handed would be the way to go. Let's get a profile here. Yeah, fresh bruises. Pale cheeks. Definitely a very attractive young woman. Oh, Australian in origin. Okay. Well, it's nice to meet a pleasant person in this game from Australia. Oh, wait, was he Australian or New Zealand? Or the guy from the train? The millionaire. Wedding ring. And old bruises.
Can you describe to me the events of yesterday evening?
Is it really necessary? I have already told Inspector Lestrade all that happened.
Yes, madam, it is.
I will tell you then. Sir Eustace retired about 10:30. I sat in this room until after 11, absorbed in a book. Before I went upstairs, I entered the dining room to fetch a candle and... oh, God.
Please, go on.
As I approached the French window, I found myself face to face with an elderly, broad-shouldered man who had just stepped into the room. Close behind the first man, I saw two others. One of them struck me a savage blow with his fist and felled me unconscious to the ground.
And then?
When I came to myself, I found that they had secured me tightly to a dining room chair. It was at that instant my unfortunate husband entered the room.
He fought with the intruders?
Yes, I think he had heard them, for he was holding his stick. But they were three, and he eventually succumbed. One of them, the elder one, struck him a terrible blow with the poker. I fainted once more. When I opened my eyes, they had withdrawn. Then my brave Teresa came to my assistance.
Did these three villains steal anything?
Yes, I found that they had taken the silver from the sideboard, but you can see for yourself in the dining room.
Fair enough.
You mentioned that your marriage was not a happy one. Was there anything specific that was troubling you?
He was not a nice man when he was drunk, and he suffered from dark moods, but nothing else.
Negative.
The bruises on your hands are at least 1 week old. Your husband caused those bruises?
Oh, do you... Yes, he did. He was very angry at the time. Out of control. Again. Sir Eustace was a drunkard. To be tied to such a man for life is worse than death.
Did you prefer
your ladyship
being tied to the chair? So we can't eliminate the fact that Sir Eustace might have actually caused that shiner on her face. Now let's go ahead and talk with brave Teresa here.
Teresa, I would like to hear your testimony.
Certainly, sir.
And what we got here? She's got a good poker face. Wrinkles. Oh. Coffee stain. Working hands. Ah, okay. I see. We're missing something. What are we missing? Oh, there it was. Handkerchief, vinegar smell, resuscitation, caring. So she's the bodyguard.
As I sat by my bedroom window, I saw 3 men in the moonlight down by the lodge gate. But I thought nothing of it at the time. Oh, if I'd known.
And then?
I went to bed, and it was more than an hour after that I heard my mistress scream. And down I ran, to find her tied to the chair and him on the floor with his head smashed. That's all I know.
So I'm going to go ahead and call my shot here. This is just the thought I'm thinking in my head. Everything that Lady Brackenstall says is true. She got punched and she fainted. I'd like to think that Sir Eustace actually survived the fire poker blow to the head. And when Teresa came down and discovered it, Teresa, being the caring bodyguard to Lady Brackenstall here, decided to remove the abusive husband from the basically a perfect excuse to go ahead and coup de grace him and protect her friend. That's my story so far. That's kind of what I would think if I was watching some sort of TV show.
Oh, what a horrible thing to have happened.
My mistress is very tired. Can't you allow her to her room?
Oh, what do we got here? The Times. Family business booming. The Randall Gang is back on the street. Less than a fortnight ago, this infamous family of burglars, the Randalls as they are known, made their reappearance by way of a brutal but successful intrusion into one of the wealthier homes in Sydenham. The police are already on their trail. However, the details of the crime are being kept confidential, including the name of the victim. A witness was able to provide a precise description of all three men, and this will surely give the police a chance to complete their profile on this family of delinquents. We would like to take the liberty of reminding our esteemed readers about this highly dangerous band, and to provide the full description as it is available at this moment. The gang has been in business for some considerable time, being a family of three, a father and his two sons. The elder, Jack Randall, is a man in his 40s and already grayed hair, while of average height and build. Being the mastermind behind the burglaries, he retains control over his sons, both of whom are close in age but very different in appearance. The first son, William Randall, is tall and broad-shouldered with a small, disproportionate head, and the younger brother, Melvin Randall, is of a somewhat weaker constitution and is as skinny as a rake. The gang is wanted not only for their frequent thefts and break-ins, but for their exceptional brutal pirate career they enjoyed before returning to England. Be alert and may your valuables stay safe.
The description of the Randall Gang provided by Lady Brackenstall is identical to the one in the Times article.
Yeah, she could be lying, just using her... Okay, concentrate. The game said to concentrate. I'm concentrating. Picture. Oh.
These scratches are most definitely made by the picture frame.
What do we got here? Ah.
This is Sir Eustace's safe. There may be something important inside. I must ask Lady Brackenstall to open it.
We're getting a lot of information, and we haven't even seen the body yet.
This photograph of Lady Brackenstall and her maid Teresa was taken at a port, but which one?
Arm in arm, too. Well, I see that number right there, 14.
This photograph...
Shall we go ahead and get this out of here? Oh, Rock of Gibraltar, Adelaide, 1893.
So the lady and her maid came from Australia a year and a half ago on this ship.
No more clues there. Okay.
Lady Brackenstall, could you open this wall safe?
No, it is my husband's safe. I do not know the combination.
We have to open it. Your ladyship?
So we have to go get the tools, maybe?
Let us try to open this safe.
Oh, dear.
This safe can be cracked. I only have to pay attention. The dial will vibrate when it is set to the correct number.
Okay. Ah, okay, I see. That outer ring's gonna click. It's right there. So it's that first one. This is not how safe works. It's alright, though. That'd be really easy if that were that the case. Medical report, lots of money.
Antique coins, possibly of value, but they're scattered without care. It is common practice to keep one's valuables in a safe behind a painting. It should not really pose a challenge for a criminal.
Yeah, they missed the mother lode, didn't they? Sir Eustace, your current physical and mental state is of great concern. There are several signs of hepatic compensation. The last time that we met, your eyes were bloodshot and your skin was tinged with yellow. There's a peculiar odor from your breath that is common in those suffering from liver damage. Then there are the lung abscences that we have discussed. The leg cramps you have described to me are caused by an alteration in the nervous system, which in turn is caused by an excess of alcohol. That includes the tremors. Your liver seemed excessively hard at the time of your examination, which is a sign of evolving cirrhosis. There are also signs of ascites, fluid in the medical terms, cavity, which are evident with your swollen stomach. The pain beneath your left rib indicates a pancreatic malady, which may lead to fatal and fulminant pancreatitis. Your condition may pose a risk to others. Your excessive alcohol consumption lowers your self-control and heightens your aggression. I'm available to help you with this problem, and there are a number of treatment options. He was in bad shape. Okay. Interesting.
Oh, what a horrible thing to have happened.
History of violence.
Sir Eustace's doctor speaks of his violent behaviour.
Yes, Sir Eustace was an extremely violent man. A detestable human being, to be more precise. It is true that he once threw a decanter at me, and all because I dared to stand up to him in defence of my mistress. Sly devil. God forgive me that I should speak of him so now that he's dead, but a devil he was, if ever one walked the earth. We met him only 18 months ago. She'd only just arrived in London. Yes, it was her first voyage. She'd never been from home before. Wonder with his title and his money and his false London ways. If she made a mistake, she has paid for it, if ever a woman did. She doesn't have any friends here, so it was specially hard for her.
Okay, guys, well, we're already starting to figure out some things, and we're getting more questions. No answers so far, just a lot more questions. But we'll figure it out. And we haven't even looked at the body yet, which we will do at the beginning of the next episode. Hope you all have enjoyed it. If you liked the episode, please leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help. And we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.